memory loss.
Most likely 44. That being said, let's just kick this off. Word of the week.
Word of the week.
Posting. Niche posting, that is the word.
Niche posting.
It's actually a very mild Urban Dictionary post, I'd say. The act of posting content targeted at a niche audience.
Makes sense.
I love niche posting, obscure European history memes. So, like, but, like, they mean niche, dude. Like,
that isn't a niche.
Well, no,
I
dude.
thought you were talking about just, like targeted marketing, and then you said that example, and I was like, nah, that's niche posting.
No, obscure European history memes. And when I think of niches, I usually think of just, like, small...
I think of, like, gamers.
Yeah, I think of, like, a large group, but after seeing that, dude, niche can go down
or
to,
like
enjoying molecular atoms.
Yeah, one who observes molecular leaf atoms. No, yeah, when I think of a niche, I think of, like, Xbox players or like players who play Claw.
Only one game. Oh yeah,
like
Claw
that's
would
a niche.
Be a niche. Yeah,
that'd be a niche.
That would 100%
a niche within Xbox, and then
that's
Xbox
like
would be a niche within gamers.
Yeah, there needs to be a word for in between a niche and a category. Yeah,
I think the word is category.
Nah, because it can get broken down even further.
I think like it's you just said, there's
some
a niche.
But there's, I guess, yeah, there's some niches that are just
more
socially acceptable. Like, I think Claw is socially acceptable.
Yeah, like I know a lot of Rocket Leaguers play some dirty Claw.
Now that being said, I've seen like people that play on a MacBook with a keyboard and mouse.
That's crazy.
So it's like,
dude, I don't even know
that
how.
More?
Did you send me the video of the guy in the sim racer hitting?
I think I did. Yeah, yeah.
that was a geek. I think that was pre-recorded, but it was still funny,
dude. I regardless, it can go pretty deep, and there needs to be a word that goes in between.
There
Pet
definitely
peeve
does.
Of the week, I'm gonna swing us into. I know you can definitely think of one probably out of the past couple days, but my pet peeve as a college student walking to class, when you know your walking speed. I would say myself, I walk pretty fast.
I think you walk like one notch faster than I do, and that's probably just because your legs are longer.
Yeah, it's probably because my legs are longer. Like, yeah. But so my pet peeve is when you visibly see the person in front of you walks like 80% to 90% of what you're walking at.
So you're just when
so you're slowly gaining, but so this is the pet peeve. When you get up to the person
they speed up.
And you and you have to get around them, you can't continue walking at your normal pace.
No.
Because then you're gonna be all up in their head for a few steps. Yeah. And if there's oncoming traffic, like on a little sidewalk, that's just
you're like cutting in front of them.
There's like, so you have to awkwardly like pick up your pace.
Yeah, you're like speed walking because you don't want to be too close to them. But if you walk your regular pace and you're on top of each other, but you caught up them because you're a little faster. Yeah, no, actually that has happened so many times.
Because especially if there's people oncoming and these little sidewalks with like cars driving this way, so you can't go into the street.
Yeah, literally.
Like someone's got to awkwardly stop sometimes and be like, "Oh, my bad." And if there's a street sign. So on the sidewalk, like if there's a sign, like a bus stop sign.
How do you feel about splitting poles?
Splitting poles. I'm not superstitious.
Yeah, like,
I don't care. I'll go to the right side.
I don't care at all.
But like if you're in a group or there's people oncoming and there's a pole, now you got to dodge the pole too.
Yeah,
there's just some crazy dynamics.
It's annoying to me. But
sidewalk dynamics.
If like people who take that serious, I'm like, are you good, bro?
No, yeah, the pole
that's
splitters,
crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm not superstitious like that, but people will do that with a lot of things.
100%.
But that's my pet peeve is when you're going to catch up to the person in front and you got to like speed walk around them and you look so funny doing it.
My pet peeve is, I just made this up on the spot, temperature differential, right? So, hear me out. I was in New England this weekend. And it is cold up there. But I don't like wearing layers because it's just like a lot, right? I'll wear layers, but I will wear layers to take them off. Mm-hmm. So I get in the car and I'm not wearing a layer from here to the car. But then when I'm going from the car to the store and we park at the back of the thing, I either freeze or I wear my layer into the store. But the problem this time was we went to a Chili's. Bro, that Chili's was no cap 80 degrees in there. Bro, I walk into the bathroom, it's hotter. Oh my God, it was a sauna. My dad, me and my brother are looking at each other like, dude, it's hot in here. My mom's like, it's fine. I'm like, no, dude. My brother actually was sweating mid-dinner. Like, and dad goes to the bathroom. He's like, it's hotter in the bathroom. Genuine sauna. I'm like, I gotta test it out. It was crazy.
Was the AC just like not working?
I didn't ask. I was genuinely gonna be like, hey, so AC just no good today, or
so is your pet peeve the difference in temperature, or that
it was
you gotta
like
wear different
it was
layers?
literally 20
and you were-
degrees outside, and then I went 80 degrees inside, and then so now my body's like acclimated to 80,
Yeah, so
and I
when
go
you go
back
back
into the
out,
20.
oh.
I'm freezing.
Yeah.
And that, like, dude, it's just ridiculous.
Ugh.
This is why I could never live anywhere like that, bro. It was genuinely 15 degrees outside with 20-mile-per-hour winds.
Let me ask you the other question. If it was switched, so say it was 80 degrees to 20 degrees, back to 80.
Like,
if it's the summertime, do you enjoy the summertime?
yes,
so
100%.
So would the pet peeve then be in the
Because
cold?
I don't have to
Yeah,
wear
in the
like
cold.
I'll just wear shorts and
Yeah.
a shirt, and
And
usually
go
I'm not
into
that cold when I go into a restaurant and they have the AC
Mhm.
on.
Yeah,
But when I go back outside, it's warm again. Like,
that makes sense. Yeah, no, I can see how that would be annoying.
it was terrible.
It was terrible. I'm trying to think of like I guess with the ice rinks. No, because that was hot to cold. I'm trying to think of like another example where it's cold to hot.
Dude, New England. It's just New England, bro.
Yeah, anywhere that it's cold.
Anywhere that it's cold, then you go into a store or something.
Ugh.
Would you get peeved? Like, how long is it going to be acceptable for you to get carded? Because my brother and my sister-in-law are 29,
Yeah.
and she's a little younger than him. So 29, probably like 27,
Mhm.
and they still get carded
I don't care
every
about that.
time.
I don't care about that.
She looks very young. She honestly, like, I could see her being 18.
See,
But like, so the question, how
Yeah.
long? Because he's 29, bro. 8 years every time.
but if
like-
you know that you
Yeah,
are,
like, he
you-
knows he's getting carded every time.
Yeah, like
But,
I
like-
wouldn't have a problem with that. Like I know I'm 21. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I feel like you get to a certain age where you're actually like, oh, word, they're still carding me.
yeah. For me, it was funny because I was in Chili's and I flagged. So my dad is like practically deaf and like has no like observatory skills. So I saw the waiter walk by with his margarita and ask another table if it's their margarita, and then the waiter like looks around to see who it is. So I flag her down for him, and she brings it over to me and she's like, you don't look 21. And I was like, yeah, I'm not. It's my father's. And my brother's like, he's actually not that far off.
Yeah.
And I was like, literally 2 months. And she was like, oh, well. I was like, just trying to give you a good deed here, right? You look a little lost. Get yourself a map. But, like,
get yourself a map.
I know I'm going to get carded till I'm like 30.
Dude, I wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't care if it's their job. If they want to do that, no. I just hope that they don't bend it.
You want to hear a weird law?
What?
I think it was Massachusetts, because they live like right on the border of Massachusetts and New England. In Massachusetts, you can, buy alcohol in store, but you cannot be with someone that is under the age of 21 and buy alcohol.
That's like it everywhere else.
But it's in a grocery store. So imagine you're getting your groceries and your kid's with you and you can't buy it because your kid is there.
I like that law.
But they are 28 and 27, and they went, and Larissa didn't have her license, so they wouldn't let him buy it because they thought she was underage, and he had his license, so they both had to have it on them, and she just didn't because she's not buying and she wasn't driving.
So did she just walk outside and then the guy go?
No,
"I
she
don't
had
want-"
they had to like pull her aside, talk to a manager, and like it was ridiculous.
Did they get it though?
I think she had to go home and get a license, bro.
No way. I would
Yes.
have just been like, I go outside. I'll just buy it on my own.
That's not how it works though, because she saw she's with a minor, or he
that's
saw.
so
you know what I mean?
annoying.
Yeah, exactly.
That would
that would pet peeve me a lot.
That would annoy me.
But yeah, I don't hate that law either. But like in
I don't hate
scenarios
that.
like that, like that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, in that scenario.
Like imagine I'm with my father getting groceries, and they look at me at like once I'm of age, and they're like, "Nah, buddy."
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
not like
shoot.
that's not a thing. And it's so funny when I go up there because I like it's funny when I go anywhere really, and I walk into like a gas station and there's just like beer, and I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
bro, it catches me off guard every time because like I just walk into a Wawa and there's like the beer section.
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy.
Dude,
I find it
think it's wild
amusing.
too. I mean, but it's cool that like Delaware's like that.
Yeah,
Like definitely.
I don't think you should be able to buy beer at your gas station. To be
Yeah.
honest, like
Getting
it just
gas
doesn't
in
seem.
a 6-pack.
Yeah,
dude.
literally.
It's kind of like you're just like, yeah, go
Yeah,
drink and
I'll get
drive.
it. Yeah. I'll get.
It's
I won't drink it on the way home.
kind of
I'll wait.
incentivizing it.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then it's like, hey, I'm only 10 minutes away from home.
Might as well. Yeah, I was like, it's not even gonna hit the bloodstream by the time I get home.
Yeah, no, that's brutal. What was I gonna say? Oh,
Shout out
shoot.
Celsius, please sponsor us.
Dude, I forget what I was gonna say. It'll come back to me.
I got one more here. Have you ever seen the videos of when they first put into place the no drinking and driving laws?
Yeah, I think I've sent you that.
I think so too.
Dude,
Actually, bro, it's the accents for me.
Yeah,
they're like,
you
I
can definitely
get
tell
off
it's the
work.
Yeah,
I get off work and a long hard day. I work 12 hours. And I just want to crack me a cold one in the car on the drive home. Well, I don't see anything wrong with that.
yeah. No, you can tell where it was shot.
My, yeah, you can tell it was south of the Mississippi for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and I think that was funny. I've seen those. If you haven't seen those videos, just look them up. It's like
It's so
it's like
funny.
news stations interviewing just public
Yeah,
people, bystanders.
it's
And
so funny.
They're so against it. Looking back though, yeah, you don't drink and
Yeah,
drive.
don't drink and drive.
Don't
Great
drink
law
and
to put in place for real.
I mean, you're still good up until a .08. That's what's crazy.
True.
Before I turned 21, I could not legally drink and drive. But then
But
once you turn 21,
You can
actually
legally be slightly drunk and drive.
It's actually kind of wild. Not saying you should do it.
Never
Don't
do it.
Yeah, no, don't do it. But like,
Do you own a breathalyzer?
No, but I mean,
I feel like that'd be a fun game to play.
no, it is. No, it is. Like people will bring them to a party sometimes.
Oh
so,
my!
It's always fun to see who can get the highest score. What?
That's just funny.
What did you want to get the highest score?
No, I was talking about like B.08 and see if your driving skills get.
They've definitely done testing on that. And
They had
at
to have,
.08 is definitely the limit where majority of people cannot drive a car.
Imagine they brought like a scale, and like if you're over 200 pounds, you could be like, because I feel like the more people weigh, the more they can drink, right? So then they would be less statistically. But would that also be counted in because they have more blood in their system?
.08 then. Yeah, just because they're bigger.
Well, if they're bigger, they have more blood in their system.
Yeah, but they can drink more. So like volume percentage wise, it would all equal out. Like a .08.
It's still .08.
It's still .08.
I see. Yeah.
Like that's not changing.
Yeah,
You're right.
They could still drink more, but it would still be a .08. Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's not changing.
All right. Hey, fresh cut, new pod though.
Dude, you were running my brain through like an actual exercise there. Yeah, I was like, wait, like I definitely have learned about this. What you're saying does not make sense.
It's true, but they don't need a scale for it because it's still blood alcohol content.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Moving on to high-low.
I have been sleeping on a couch for the past 3 days.
We are going to quiz you on some stuff.
$5 ago, 0 for 7 here.
Dude, these are good ones, and I don't think they're all that difficult.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
All right. First up, the precise history of chocolate-covered pretzels is quite a mystery.
Love me some chocolate.
That said, some historic sources suggest that Franz Joseph Leibniz invented it. I don't know.
Like Hert?
No.
Herts or something?
You're thinking of hers, just like Agerr,
Sad.
which I don't know if it's this guy. Very unlikely it's this guy, but who knows?
Probably not.
Invented it in 1644 in Hamburg, Germany. The story suggests that he owned a pretzel bakery near a chocolate shop, and the two owners experimented with the combination.
Dude, imagine how high they must have been to cook that up.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, back then though, I'd be putting chocolate on everything to see
Seriously,
if it would
dude.
work out.
Because
So,
honestly, like to me, chocolate and bacon, anything. Put it
I've
on
never had chocolate
anything.
covered bacon, but I should.
Okay, I don't know about them together.
Oh,
I meant
I
like
thought you meant them
no,
together.
put like you could put bacon on like Brussels sprouts, like any vegetable. Throw bacon on there, I'm in.
I'm talking about chocolate though.
I know, but I'm chocolate too. Throw
you're the
chocolate
same
on
way.
anything. I said chocolate and bacon, two separate things. You can put them on other items, and they go together well.
Yeah, true.
19 what?
1644.
Holy bro!
Over under 1644.
Wow.
Dude, well, I mean, it's not that odd. Like, people have been making bread forever, and pretzels are just
Yeah, I think I'm. Oh,
more
I
hard
feel like
than bread.
yeah, this is true. 1644. I'm gonna go. It's got to be later than that.
You're going later than
Yeah,
1644.
100%.
1544. 100 years.
Wow!
Dude, they've been making this for a while, dude.
Wow!
I think.
I'm just
hold
like,
on, wait. Let me check my sources.
were they putting it on soft pretzels? I feel like hardened pretzels came later than soft pretzels. Is that weird of me to think?
Dude, no. I think they occurred at the exact same time. People weren't dumb. Like, there were some. Okay, some people were dumb, but like there were some people that could
I
still
feel like
chef it
those
up.
small hard pretzels had to be harder to make than a large.
No.
Interesting.
Time.
Interesting.
It's just time that you cook it for.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I've never made a pretzel, bro. I've seen Annie Ann's make it, but they
Dude,
don't
like,
make the tiny
They
ones.
had restaurants back then. Like, as odd as that sounds,
That does sound crazy.
In
I'm not gonna lie.
1500s, they had restaurants.
Well,
Like,
imagine pulling up to a restaurant on a horse and buggy.
dude, like the king and queen had to eat. You know,
True,
like,
true.
and
Well, they had chefs.
okay, but like sometimes they would go out. Sometimes
I
they would
guess
splurge.
maybe
It
they would
wasn't-
spoil the. I feel like
Like-
that's not even them splurging. I feel like that's them blessing the town with
Okay,
their
I'll say-
wealth.
Da Vinci. Da Vinci was definitely going out to a restaurant here and there. Like, and that was around that time.
I feel
so,
like he was. Didn't he bite his own ear off? That's a Van Gogh. Sorry, my bad. My bad.
So,
Bro,
I don't think he bit his own ear off either. That'd
Uh,
be very difficult to bite your
dude,
own ear off.
So speaking of that, real quick, I went to a comedy show while I was up there, and the comic was talking about how sometimes he gets Helen Keller and Frank.
Oh!
He gets them switched up, and Loki I sometimes do too. Like I obviously know which one's which.
Dude,
Helen Keller was in the attic.
I only said Anne Frank because someone said Anne Frank to me yesterday, and I want to say it was like National Anne Frank Day. So like,
No way.
Anne
No, but
Frank.
I obviously know. Anne Frank was with the Nazis. Helen Keller, blind and deaf.
Oh, it was not Anne Frank Day, but someone mentioned
Whatever.
Anne Frank to me yesterday.
I think it was me. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Jesus.
like,
But yeah, he's dude. I called that. I was like, he was like, does anyone else get Helen Keller and Anne Frank switched up? I was like, me. And I feel like Da Vinci. I feel like just like the older artists.
Picasso.
Picasso,
Yeah.
Da Vinci, Van Gogh. Like I get them switched up sometimes.
yeah,
Like Starry Night. Who's that? No idea.
dude,
I knew it was one of them.
Van Gogh.
Sure.
No, I just think Da Vinci was the inventor.
Yeah, Da Vinci was the inventor,
Van
but
Gogh
Picasso,
is
and
also an
Van
artist,
Gogh, their paintings I can get messed up, like the
Yeah, no, for
sunflowers.
sure, yeah.
I have no idea. It's one of them.
All right, moving on.
That was the
0 for 1.
longest high lower ever.
Dude, no, we got some. I'm telling you, good points to talk about. Khaki, the color, was first worn by the British Indian Army starting in 1856. Over under.
Under.
Ding ding ding. 1846.
Can we talk about one? That must have been a terrible color in war. That shit definitely got so dirty. 2, khaki is a mid color.
You gotta think though where they were fighting. So
The desert?
yeah. So like,
Were they actually?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Then. Never mind.
Like
I was like, bruh.
semi decent camo.
Okay, that would be good. I was thinking like World War II, not World War II. I was thinking the Civil War. Like that would just be terrible. Like our khakis that we used to wear, like that shit would not blend in anywhere
Unless you're in the desert.
unless you're in the desert. You know.
Well, fighting in the desert.
Yeah.
Moving on. 1 for 2. In fall 1893, Mayo Clinic Hospital, St. Mary's campus, opened with 27 beds. Dr. Will and Dr. Charlie Mayo served as the 2 attending surgeons. Over under 1893. Mayo Clinic.
God, I've definitely seen this before on like some ad somewhere. I'm gonna go under again.
Going under. It's a good choice. 1889, 4 years under. Good choice. Good choice.
I've
We will be
definitely
discussing the
seen
Mayo
that
Clinic
before.
later on. All right. 2 for 3. Wilt Chamberlain was born on August 21st, 1938, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He was one of 11 children of Olivia and William
Jesus
Chamberlain.
Christ.
1, why are you calling him a fraud? And 2, over under.
Bro
1938.
never made 100 points.
Yes, he did.
Bro
dude.
never made 100 points in a game.
Yes, he did. You don't believe that he made 100 points?
No chance.
Why?
Bro, you're telling me no one was recording?
Yeah, I believe that.
Bro.
Why would they lie? Think about the
Because-
time. Think about the time alone. Why would the NBA lie?
To get more publicity.
Nah.
Same reason they called it WNBA a sport.
Nah.
Like-
No. Dude, he did it. He did it.
I don't believe it.
That's crazy.
There's no way. There's no way at 80 people weren't pulling out their cameras.
Dude, but like...
No footage? No one
No,
there.
there's footage. There's footage.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
No, look
People
up.
have claimed
Is
that there is footage.
Claimed. People have claimed. You don't think the NBA would have claimed footage
Dude,
and like ran it on ads?
I think it happened.
Bro, like that is one of the things that like the NBA would run in an ad. They would like run him shooting the ball.
But dude, like to put him there with a sign of all his points.
Bro,
Think about the time. Like if you
to be
see
honest,
footage
I
of just
think
him playing against all these plumbers, dude. He
I know, dude.
just
He had
jumps and dude. There was a rule. Some coach claimed that from the foul line. Well, so he started the circle.
Yeah.
He ran up to the foul line. This was a foul shot, and he just dunked it, and that was his foul. And they changed the rule that you cannot dunk a foul shot because of Wilt Chamberlain.
That's crazy. I can't lie. That
You're
is
telling me
crazy.
that this guy,
You mean he dunked like he jumped from the foul line?
like
and
he
dunked it?
started at the 3-point line,
Yeah,
ran
ran,
up and jumped from the
jumped
foul
from
line
the
and dunked
yeah.
the foul shot.
Why have I never seen it? Where's it at from? Where's the footage? Like I know
They
cameras weren't
changed
as
the rule.
accessible.
They changed the rule. They said you cannot do that. We are changing this. It's too easy. And you're telling me that he didn't get 100 points?
You're telling
I think
me
he averaged probably 14 inches taller than everyone else on the court.
it is crazy.
I think
They were
that he
legit
could
playing.
literally
They were
just-
legit playing.
Like he got 100 points, dude.
Yeah,
He got 100 points.
probably not.
Dude, you've heard the stories about
I've
it.
heard stories that his teammates probably pranked him and put 100 in the front of the sign,
No.
and
No.
it was because of that's how many women he slept with last night.
No.
Statistically, bro. That's just what I heard. That's just what I heard. I think it was BBCSports.com.
BBC Sports.
British Broadcasting Company.
Stop.
Like, that's what I heard. It's like the news you be sending me, bro.
Dude.
Unranked UFC fighter 303 reporting news.
No, dude, I think that the 100-point happened.
Oh my!
But anyway, back to what we were actually discussing, the over-under.
I have no idea.
19
Under 100 points.
No, we're just switching it. I'm taking the over still on the 100 points. I think it was what, 101? And then he got benched? I don't
No,
know. Dude, he
Shut
got
up, dude.
He got it.
What is the over under on
Dude.
the date?
it. He got it. Over under 1938.
Under. Over.
Over
Dang.
1936. It was the under 2 years before. Dude,
You said 1930.
and I said 1938, and you
Oh,
said
well,
over.
Oops. Tough one.
All right. Known by brand names Tylenol, Panadol, or just non-aspirin pain reliever, we've
Yep.
used it to treat our headaches, pains, and fevers. Ubiquitous in medicine cabinets, it has been around a long time. Acetaminophen was first synthesized in 1868. Over under 18.
Under 1700s.
No, 1878. Later, 10 years later. Dude, acetaminophen.
I feel like
acetaminophen-
that's one of the things that they were giving out in like
It's
pre-World War
candy.
One.
They're just
Yeah,
like, "Here, take
literally.
it." Like it's
Just
a-
like
it'll boost everything.
Yeah.
It is a supernatural pill.
It's like the ashwagandha. They're like, it'll make your pee pee bigger.
Yeah, literally.
It'll fix ED.
Dude, I bet many people bought
That's
it up for that.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
They were like, never feel head pain again. Take this daily. Like, bro, for sure.
Yeah, acetaminophen was just like it was the holy grail.
Literally.
It was, you have anything wrong with you? Yeah,
Take
this'll do
this.
the trick. But yeah, no, later. The term diabetes was probably coined by
brother.
by
And Wilt Chamberlain probably scored 100.
hold on, Apollonius of Memphis around 250 BC. Diabetes is first recorded in English in the form diabete in a medical text written around the year 1325.
Wow.
Over under 1325.
Over for sure.
Over, yeah, 1425.
Dang.
But still,
That is
1425
crazy.
diabetes? Like
how were they diagnosing that shit, bro?
Dude, that's
How?
what I'm saying. Dude,
when
like,
was the microscope invented?
No, to think about that is like it's so mind numbing because
we didn't have aspirin till 400 years later.
Yeah, but we knew what diabetes was. Like we at least knew that people suffered from.
Van Gogh died in the 1800s.
Yeah,
and diabetes was 400 years before him. Are you shitting me, bro?
Yeah, no, dude,
that's crazy.
It's wild. We will be talking about diabetes later too.
I love diabetes. What?
In 1831, what are you at right now too? Also,
I'm like even. I think. How many have you had?
Hold up.
I think I'm 3 for 6.
You got the Germany, the pretzel chocolate one wrong. Got the khaki one right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I went wrong. So 3 for 6.
3 for 6.
Yeah.
In 1831, the first American high school was established in Boston, Mass, called English Classical School.
Was just there.
Over under 1831.
Wow. Before or after Van Gogh? Isn't that crazy, bro?
Wait.
I swear to God, he died in like 1836 or some shit.
Van Gogh death. 1890, July 29th, 1890.
So before or after? I mean, it's before.
He was
Van
born
Gogh.
1853.
Bro, think about that. High school was made before Van Gogh.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy to think about. I'm gonna go after. Over.
1821, 10 years earlier. Dude, 1821, first high school, Boston, Mass.
Crazy. That must have been the most beat school in the world.
Dude, yeah, and there was probably like 10 kids.
Literally.
Like 2 per grade. They probably didn't even have grades. It was just everyone went to school.
They all just like
they all learned the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would
it probably had like 50 kids.
I don't know. Probably
like
cost money
teachers.
too. It probably wasn't public. Definitely was
probably
private.
Not, yeah.
So yeah, you went 3 for 7. Not good.
Honestly, better than I thought. Honestly, better than I thought.
Moving on to our first
low expectations.
Main topic. I don't think NBA players should be able to have fans thrown out.
Dude, 100%. Fuck the fans.
No, see,
you can watch it from the couch, pussy. Get out. Get out, bro.
Are
you talking about?
It is the
KD
only sport
getting called a bitch.
No, anyone, any NBA player that
KD got called a bitch during warm-ups and he got tossed out.
Dude, yeah, KD, suck it up, dude. Like, I think that it's the only sport that it occurs in.
What other sport can you sit that courtside on though?
Dude, you can yell at the NFL players. You can yell at soccer
very
players.
Far.
Nah.
Very far.
Nah, dude, they're not that far back.
Bro, I've never seen an NFL player fall on someone after hitting a shot.
Okay. But still.
That's how close they are. Think about it. That is how close they are.
That's
you hit a fadeaway jumper and you can fall into someone.
That's just the game, though. I don't think you should be able to kick someone out. Like, that is just some baby stuff. That is some baby type stuff, dude. That you are a grown man and you can't take a few little words. But
if you don't throw them out, then you are allowing hate speech. And that is not
game. It's just a game, though. It's the game.
Exactly. It's just a game. You don't need to be using hate. Like, everyone's getting paid there. Everyone should be having a good time. Like,
I'm not saying you should be like doing that all the time, but like if you say it once, like you shouldn't get thrown out for it. Like,
depending on the severity, and I think only the people that say very severe shit get thrown out.
I don't know.
So Katie got called a bitch, and I don't think they got thrown out, but there was an altercation there, right? I don't think you should get called out for that. You shouldn't be calling an NBA player a bitch. For real, he's like 6'11" and would literally kill you and your husband. But like, you should not get thrown out of the game for that.
I don't
But,
think
like,
you should get thrown out. Yeah.
Hate speech.
If it's hate speech, yeah.
That's
But
what I'm
if it's-
saying. So
nah.
you should be able to toss people out.
Nah, but I don't think calling someone a bitch is hate speech.
No, I don't think they got thrown out. There was an altercation pregame,
like
though.
I understand if it's like actually like hate speech, but like
Yeah, like
if it's like
stuff we're not going to say on the podcast.
yeah,
Like,
no, like
we're on
there
hate
are
speech for a reason.
definitely levels of severity.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But I think that there are some things that fans say that they've definitely gotten kicked out for that they shouldn't have gotten kicked out for. Like I saw Russell Westbrook complaining.
Russell Westbrook
weeks ago.
is a bitch for real.
dude. Well, it's just like
I have seen him thrown out a lot of people.
Yeah, dude. I just if you
But
are
when
a
you have
professional,
when you have the nickname Russell Westbrook, it's kind of tough, bro. That's kind of tough. That's a tough life to live, bro.
yeah, but like I don't know, just take it, dude. You're getting paid millions. Live with it.
That doesn't
Who was
mean
Did you see the video of Ben Simmons like in a car driving away, and the one guy like goes up to the window, he's like,
Oh,
"Yo, Ben
yeah.
Simmons, I'm like, actually, you're not, your last fan. Like, I really like, I actually respect you. Like, I respect you, dude." And Ben Simmons is like in the car, and he's like, "Dude, like, no, you don't." And then he like drives away and everything. And then he's like, "All right, I don't like Ben Simmons anymore." And all the comments are like, "Man's really just lost his last true fan."
Ben Simmons is kind of a hated player.
No,
in the
but
league.
like Ben Simmons would have people thrown out, 100%.
yeah,
and
he
it's
does
just-
seem like the type of
I
person.
think that there is a little bit of
like
abuse,
his
though.
own fans.
No, I think there is a little bit of abuse when the player can just point and say, "Get out."
They're at so there's something called a triangle of power,
Yeah, but it's,
and they're at the top, and the fans are at the literal bottom. There is no one lower.
I think that because I think that like if the fan was affected,
Actually, they're not quite at the top. The owner's at the top, and then it's them.
If if the fan was physically affecting the game, then I would understand. But words don't change how you shoot the ball. Words don't change the score of the game. Words don't change
What
if
happens?
you make a pass or not.
What happens when you're getting called monkey from the stands?
Okay, well that's like
So it doesn't change the game though. Zeke played through it, bro. And then they're talking about like I think I've seen several times where like they're like people are calling KD's mom a bitch. Bro, someone talks shit about my mom, they're out of the game for real. They're gone, bro. They're routed. They're out. They're getting escorted by security to their vehicle, dude.
like dude, on the surface I want to agree. Like, yes, I agree. But then like the next level of me where it's like, does that really matter? Like if you actually take a step back and take all emotions out
no,
of
it doesn't.
does saying no, it doesn't. You're right.
But like
it doesn't actually matter.
it's a passionate game and they're playing at the top of their level, and like when something like that happens, it's taking their focus away from the game, which could throw off their game.
Dude,
And
but you're
it's
a
hate
pro.
speech. Like it's two things.
You're getting paid
One-
millions.
It's two things. One, for
Fight
me at
the
least,
adversity.
it is one,
Beat the
they're getting
odds.
a fan is taking them out of the game, which is what you're supposed to do, right? With the clapping things. Like I got
Yeah.
handed like little clappers while I was sitting behind where they're shooting free throws. But
Mhm.
like they weren't saying, "Yo, racial slurs"
Well,
to throw them off.
My contrary though to that is I feel like that would feed a fire in me. Like I wouldn't use that as hate. I would use that more towards energy and for me to want to drive and prove them all wrong and just laugh in their face. Like imagine, I think that is so much more compelling as a player if you are like, I bet, and then you go and drop 60 on them and just laugh and wave
I
and say, keep calling me that. Like, yeah, who's like, I just did that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that is so much better, and that's the mentality that more people should have.
But that's not what the game is based on. The game is not based on fans calling you racial slurs and you
No,
dropping 60.
No, but yes, I agree with that. But
Like-
dude, like if I was a player and this whole arena is saying that to me, and like I know I can go out there and literally single-handedly like dominate their team, like that's what Jordan would do. Like
So
that's what Kobe would do.
I wonder if Kobe ever tossed someone out of the game.
No, dude, 100%. He probably never tossed. Anyone.
I wonder if you get the stat. But while you're looking that up, I remember seeing a video of Clicks, who's a pro Fortnite player. he was in a lobby with kids who were emoting on his dead body. So he went back into the clips, found them, invited them to his party, talked smack to them, and after they said something, he said, "Let's go band for band right now," and then flexed $3.5 million in his bank account on stream. And like, that's crazy. I cannot lie.
Yeah,
Like, imagine that. Imagine someone calls you a bitch in the stands. You drop 40, go back to the locker room, get your phone, and then show them you have 15 mil in the bank. That's crazy.
But that's what's needed. Like, that's what you do. You don't throw them out.
Inappropriate.
Dude, nah. I think if you're gonna dish it, you gotta deal with it, and vice versa.
Where I find it's actually worse is somewhere like NFL games. Like, it's actually the worst I've ever seen, but I also haven't gone to soccer games. There's really not a lot of, like, there's some booing, but that's it. And that's where I think is like the max acceptance is booing, because anything past that where you're like being actually disrespectful and inappropriate, there's kids at the game, and like, it's just a terrible role model. And I was a couple years ago at a NFL game where I was wearing the opposing team, the away team's colors, and they were literally bullying me. Yeah. A wasted grown man was bullying me, someone who was just observing the game because he thinks he's above me or better than me. So imagine that guy talking smack to the NFL. He would never talk like that to an NFL player because they'd literally kill him. But because I'm 5'6" and look like I'm 12, he thinks he's better than me. So like, it's, and I can take it because I'm an adult. But like, when it's a kid, like, and there's a kid sitting next to you and you're calling the fans a bitch, it's just a terrible role model. Yeah. It's just not in a sport of the game. Like, that's not what sports is. Sports is supposed to be,
I can agree with that,
where people come together.
I think that if you're gonna be saying stuff, you can only be saying it to the players. Like, there's no point for the fans to be fighting. That's
crazy.
I don't agree with that. I think that if you're gonna do that, you can only say it to the players. That is acceptable. Yeah. But when you start doing it to people that aren't even a part of the game, like, I don't agree with that. But so as I was looking for this, there's nothing on Kobe throwing any fans out. It's just, has Kobe ever been ejected from a game, like him as a player? And I think he was ejected.
I honestly can't
or something like
see
that.
Kobe throwing someone out.
Kobe's,
I can't see it.
And think about all the things that guy's probably heard during a game.
So much, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like,
he's also a dog.
Yes, like, and more people need to have that mentality. That is my point.
He literally has a steel trap of a brain,
dude. And more people just need to be like that.
Yeah, but that's not their their goal is to put basketball in hoop, not keep bad words out of brain while putting basketball in hoop.
Dude, the kids these days just aren't built the same.
They're not.
They're not built the same.
But they are. Because, like, dude, like, literally, that going back to that milkman comparison, it's actually insane. Like, the level of competition from back then to now. Mm-hmm. Like, you drop LeBron back then, it's over. He might drop 100.
Dude, like Wilt did.
Well, I don't know about that one. But, like, you dropped Caitlin Clark in the WNBA 10 years ago, I genuinely think she drops 100. I watched a couple of her games since he's broke the record. She's wet, bro. She is literally the Steph Curry of women. She is her.
But, I mean,
she pulls up from the logo. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I've seen highlights. I've seen highlights.
Speaking of Caitlin Clark, have you seen? It literally happened last night. It was all over my freaking Instagram feed for some reason, but it's happened a couple times. But students storming the court after a win. Yeah. And players getting injured.
Yeah. Well, I saw that it was of course with Duke.
Yeah, for real. And they got upset.
Dude, like,
it's always an upset.
The player, like, also, like, maybe his foot got stepped on or something.
It looked like he went to go take a step, and then a player or a fan, like, kind of, like, walked in or ran. He was actually full sprinting, but ran into that foot, and it got, like, twisted up and stepped on. And then I saw another fan, like, push him down to the ground. And then, like, the security rushed on. It's kind of bad, bro. Like if I was I just imagine this. If I was wrestling and I lost, and then we lost the match because I lost, and they stormed the court and I got mobbed on. It's a feels bad moment, bro. It's a feels bad moment.
They should at least like let the players get off the court first, or I feel like the players should just let me run off the court. There's you can't stop it. There's too many free open spots. How are you gonna stop it?
But
You're gonna put up a metal fence that's like 6 feet high so no one can run through it.
why it's only like that and like football? Why are they on the field?
What do you mean?
Fans like why are fans on the field?
Dude, they're just storming it. No one's gonna stop them. There's too many people, and
I
that's an
guess.
analogy. That's an analogy to basically any
The herd mentality.
Yeah, anytime you want to overthrow something.
You
Like
just
if
need enough
everyone,
people. You
if
just need enough people.
everyone joins together, you're unstoppable.
What
So,
happens if they like start arresting people? Do you think they would do that?
what, you gonna arrest every single person?
No, but like if you arrest 10 people out of the 200 that stormed the court, like I would be a lot less likely to storm the court. Like if
Hear me out.
if DMA won the state chip in basketball, I'm on that court.
Hear me out though. You're not going to jail for storming a court,
Harassment, physical abuse to a player.
dude. But like, if you don't touch them in a court of law, that's not gonna stand up. Max, you're gonna get a
Trespassing.
fine.
No, okay. I would not storm the court if I knew I was getting $1,000 fine for trespassing.
I think
That is
that's just
technically
doing too
trespassing. I
much.
think.
I think that's just doing too much, though. Like at that
Wait,
point,
but
you're
like
just-
if players are getting injured, how do you protect the players?
you don't lose, you don't let an unranked team beat
Someone
you.
has to lose. Someone has to lose though.
Yeah, well, you better hope you don't get upset.
Like in
I don't know. Like if
in
you're
close
gonna
games,
lose
like,
to
I
an
don't-
unranked team, you might deserve.
I don't know who
that,
Delaware's rivals with, but I don't think either of them are ranked because we're not that good at basketball. But
Hey, yo, we made it.
We
to
did make March Madness,
We
what,
did
twice?
make it. No, not
women's
last
and
year.
men's,
2 years ago.
yeah. But like if on a rivalry game, I feel like it's more likely for someone to storm the court. So imagine someone storms the court there, and it's like we're like low D1, like dude's just trying to hoop.
I like for the game, for the passion of the game.
Passion of the game, I say let them storm.
Yeah,
But like Chet, I think it was like Chet Homebridge or something, who's like the next NBA All-Star center. Like he's now injured right before March Madness, and it feels kind of bad.
who was that? Like the guy?
Yeah, that was the guy last night.
on Duke.
Yeah,
Huh.
I think that's what it was. I know it was a tall center, and he was supposed to be an All-Star. I forget his name. I think it's Chet.
I know that Chet Holmgren or whatever is in the NBA.
Maybe I'm thinking the wrong guy then. But I know he was
the Thunder.
like I know he's a center, and he's All-Star, like supposed to be first round in the draft. Like the fan in me, storm the court.
Yeah, I think storming the court is fine.
But like if I was a wrestler and the fucking mat got stormed after I took an L, feels bad. Feels real bad.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, I don't know. In that sense,
And then I get injured off of it. Feels I'm pissed.
There's two ways to fix it, and it's you make there be a penalty,
Mhm.
or you just win the game and no one storms the court, and you wave and laugh at them all as you go into the locker room.
Do you do that in hockey a lot? You
What?
wave and laugh? Or you
If you
Maybe
win, yes,
that's what you do?
dude, that is so satisfying. Oh my gosh, that's what I mean, dude. That is just the peak of satisfaction.
I mean,
Literally looking at who was just screaming and saying all these things and laughing in their
a
face
little
that
bit.
they were wrong.
I haven't done it in a while, but
like,
yeah, I remember like wrestling like Sally's.
yeah,
And, like
dude, it's
you
the
beat
greatest
Sally's,
feeling.
it is a good feeling.
It's the greatest feeling in the world.
It is a good feeling.
Moving on. When do you think you get the best sleep? For me, it's when I'm sick. And I know that sounds very counterintuitive, but I don't know.
Like, you mean like this sleep itself, or like
Yes, like
how I feel
I mean
after?
both.
I think
like-
you're kind of right. Like when you're sick, or like when you're recovering, it's like when you're sick, or if I do a lot of heavy movement that day. So like I'm doing yard work all day in the sun, I'm
Mhm.
gassed, that rest feels good.
Mhm.
If I'm sick and my body's recovering, that rest hits different. But that rest is a little weird for me because usually it's not a full like 8 hours of rest. And when I'm sick, I'll be taking naps. You know what I mean?
Oh, got you.
So I'm not a big nap taker because it usually messes up my circadian rhythm.
Circadian rhythm.
You're
For me, I think that I get my best sleep when I'm sick because when I'm not sick, I feel like I don't do enough during the day to make myself fully tired, which sounds counterintuitive because there are definitely some days where I do a lot of stuff, but I just try to go home and sleep and I can't sleep, or like I'll sleep for 3 hours and then wake up and then sleep for another 3 hours. Like I'll wake up in the middle of the night, like
yeah,
for 10 minutes. But like when I'm sick, like I can fall asleep so easily. Like my brain just shuts off because I'm not
yeah.
thinking about anything, and then I'm out until my alarm wakes up.
Sometimes in like the past month or so, I've had trouble like falling asleep just because my mind is like still racing. That's usually not a problem for me. And I'm gonna switch. I'm literally tomorrow. I just talked to Seth about this. I'm switching my schedule up a little bit so that I wake up earlier and then go to the gym first again, like I used to do, and then hopefully get back into a better rhythm. But I feel what you're saying. Sometimes I do feel like I just could do more.
Mm-hmm. Like I don't know. That being said, with sickness though, I'm gonna swing into what we're talking about with the Mayo Clinic. Do you
Diabetes.
know anything about the Mayo Clinic?
I know it's like a clinic at a hospital. That's pretty much all I know.
Okay, so the Mayo Clinic is located in Rochester, New York.
Okay.
It's not like officially like the number one hospital because like obviously that stuff's ranked on like voting and there's many different surveys.
Yeah, yeah.
But majority surveys would put the Mayo Clinic primarily in the top
Top
three.
three.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like it's always gonna be up there.
And it's difficult with hospitals and stuff too because there's so many different things. There's
Mhm.
respiratory, there's
Yeah.
pulmonary, there's
It's like overall
births.
for
Like,
everything.
yeah,
Like the Mayo Clinic is up
I know
there.
what you're saying.
That being said, when you look up how many types of diabetes there are, how many types comes up?
I don't know, but I know there's four.
Okay. Well, so most people would say two. They
Two.
would just
What
say
the fuck?
type 1 and type 2. At least that was what
Okay.
I thought for a majority until I looked this up.
I know of four.
Okay, well,
Type 1, 2, 3, and number 4 is what you call Alzheimer's.
okay, that's what I'm gonna get into. Alzheimer's is linked with type 3. I don't.
Oh,
I after doing all this research through the Mayo
I
Clinic,
thought okay.
I only
Maybe I thought there was two, but I just recently learned there was three, and it was Alzheimer's. Maybe I got
no,
it mixed up.
I don't think there's 4. There's 3.
Maybe I got to mix up. Then.
But no one talks about this third one.
No one talks about it.
And
I
the
just learned
third
about it.
one is linked, or at least through this article, I'll go through and explain at least the main key findings.
Shout out Gary Brecka
That there is a link between Alzheimer's disease
and type 3
and
diabetes.
type 3 diabetes.
No, they all just call it Alzheimer's, though. It is avoidable.
Mm-hmm. But so type 3 diabetes occurs when neurons in the brain. This is also coming from the article written
From one of the
the Mayo Clinic.
the highest rated hospital in the
hospital.
US.
So type 3 diabetes occurs when neurons in the brain become unable to respond to insulin, which is essential for basic tasks including memory and learning. Some researchers believe insulin deficiency is central to the cognitive decline of Alzheimer's disease. Mayo Clinics in Florida and Rochester campuses recently participated in a multi-institutional clinical study testing whether new insulin nasal spray can improve Alzheimer's symptoms.
Whoa.
The results of the study are forthcoming. They found that APOE4, which is a protein, I'm not like going into what this is, like the specific protein, but the protein produced by the gene combined more aggressively with insulin receptors on the surfaces of neurons.
And proteins break down insulin, so that's good.
Than its normal counterpart, APOE3. As if playing a game of musical chairs, the APO4 protein outcompetes the normal protein and blocks the receptor. APOE4 goes on to do lasting damage to brain cells. So it blocks. So a neuron is made up of a dendrite, an axon terminal, and then like
Those we're going into it.
the well, well, I'm trying to like explain
Yeah.
how it blocks the receptor. So like the neuron just can't fire.
Yeah.
The dendrite cannot receive the signal when this protein is blocking it, essentially.
Correct.
So after blocking the receptor, the sticky protein begins to clump and become toxic. Further, once the protein enters the interior of the neuron, the clumps get trapped within the cell's machinery, impeding the receptors from returning to the neuron surface to do their work. So no impulses are being fired.
Gotcha.
The insulin signal processing gets increasingly more impaired, starving brain cells.
Therefore, causing
Alzheimer's disease,
makes sense.
which is related to type 3 diabetes, because and so insulin is created in the pancreas, and if you
Sent
want,
all over the body.
yeah, so what I want to get at is the conspiracy that I have sort of formed. If you look at statistics, the United States is higher ranked with people with dementia and Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
And
I
if you
think
look,
it is with cancer too.
and if you look at food regulation
Mm-hmm.
in the United States compared to other countries, the ingredients listed on food are widely different.
Very different.
And it's almost like,
Bro, they don't allow you to eat Skittles in the UK.
like it's almost like an internal like poison. That's the conspiracy theory that I'm
Literally.
Like I don't know how to like go about saying it, because I like other people have probably come to this conclusion too. It's just like I feel like not a lot of people are talking about it.
Oh, yeah. So I recently came across this guy called Gary Brecka, and he runs 10x Health, and he'll do a gene test for you so that you know what gene something. Oh my gosh, I'm brain farting. But he tests the genes for deficiencies that you have so that you can take certain vitamins to supplement those gene deficiencies and live longer, right? I mean, he also does it with cleaner eating and stuff like that. I think he's pro like hydrogen water because it's super good for you. But I've been following him a bunch, and that's where I learned about type 3 diabetes, which is just glucose overload in the brain causing Alzheimer's. But like that and cancer, like can literally be prevented.
Yeah,
if you live
so
like
the insulin is used to break down the glucose.
exactly.
And yeah, I just think that it's that it's odd that the number one or one of the number one clinics is doing research on this, but none of it is being told to the public on a mass scale
At all.
It's like kind of being like pushed under the rug.
But I'll see a Snickers commercial if I go home and try and watch football.
like we're definitely getting like flagged. Like, we're just like your stuff
It's
is not going to be
terrible.
pushed. Your stuff because
No, it's terrible.
it's the cold truth. It's the cold truth. And if people want to sit there and be like, no, like Mayo Clinic isn't. That's not
crazy.
Good. It's
That's
like,
crazy.
You just can't say that
because statistically it's wrong.
Yeah, like these institutions aren't lying about this work. There's no
there are things being hidden from us.
And all these big companies that have the big say, BlackRock and
so
anything
Gary
backing.
Gary Brecka was a life insurance policy provider for like 20 or 30 years or something. So he would get a blood sample from you and then say, okay, we are going to allot you this amount for this amount of time, because he would look at your genes and look at like your lifestyle and be like, you're probably going to die in about 12 years. Like he knows everything about every gene in the human body and how you can optimize your life to live longer by taking like multivitamins only do so much when you only need certain vitamins.
Yeah.
Certain people get enough vitamins to where they don't need like half the vitamins in a multivitamin. You only need maybe like a certain vitamin C or I don't know, some root or something. But yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's my conspiracy theory. If y'all want to look into it more, you can. I don't know. It's backed. It's compelling. I don't see anything wrong with it. Call me crazy,
Bro, they just don't want you to live a long, healthy life. Like, they
But
are against you.
my question is just like, why? Because
Yeah,
I don't see why anyone would want to poison their own people. Like, having control and all, like, that's great. You got control,
but like, they have control with like TikTok, in my opinion, right? Like, they already have a control of our attention. Like, are they trying to control how long we live too?
like, I don't know. I don't know.
Like, it's what it seems like when like something like that exists, and like something like that can be prevented.
Yeah, no, like, this
possibly.
is such an easy thing to prevent.
Yeah,
And
but everyone's like, yeah, you have an increased chance of Alzheimer's, and then that's it. And you can't do it. Like, and they like, I feel like they tell you to like read more, which maybe helps because it keeps your neurons firing more and it keeps your brain healthier. But like, if there's something you could take to literally prevent diabetes, why not just take
like,
that?
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
like, one conspiracy theory I have, it's not really that they have it yet, but like, there's no way we couldn't find a cure for cancer yet.
Or at least one type. Like,
Something.
Yeah.
Something. And it's not radiation.
Yeah.
Bro, radiation is like the worst possible thing for the human. Like, it's crazy that the worst possible thing for a human is what we use to prevent one of the worst diseases humans get. Weird.
The only claim to that, I guess, is fight fire with fire.
Maybe.
But like,
but you don't fight Alzheimer's with fire.
Yeah, everyone knows that like putting radiation through the body like just destroys everything. Like,
so before they knew what I was listening to a Andrew Huberman podcast, and before they knew what radiation did to the body, and they were testing X-rays, they would have the lab assistants just put their hand under an X-ray to practice getting a picture taken, and that was max bro. Their hands were like rotten. Yeah, like, it was terrible. Like, dude, you look up those. Don't look up those images of like early nurses testing their hands on X-rays. Nasty stuff, bro.
Dude, and like, think about like weaponizing that.
But literally, aka a bomb.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, no, that would be a yikes. Side note, I don't know why it just popped into my head. I was scrolling Instagram and I saw that plutonium has only ever been ingested known once. Like, knowingly, it's only ever been ingested once. It's like 20,000 calories.
Yeah, I saw that. And like 600 milligrams of protein.
Dude, I don't. Apparently, the guy claimed that it was some scientist, but he was like doing something, and it like something went wrong that it got into his mouth.
Yeah,
and he ingested a little bit of it, and like his stomach was pumped and everything. And for the rest of his life, like, he emitted radiation, but like he died at like 87. But
yeah, it's not that bad.
The fact that I saw the statistic that was like 1 gram of plutonium is 20,000 calories, and it's like the bulking.
I would say I've seen videos where it's like things you could digest to get your daily 200 grams of chicken or protein, and it's like 1 pound of lean chicken, 1 ounce of gasoline, 1 gram of plutonium. And then it's like 4 grams of coal or something. It's just random stuff. Like, for some reason, has a bunch of protein in it. It's so funny.
Dude, yeah. No, but talking about the radiation, that just popped into my head. I'm out of topics. If you want to look up more stuff on the Alzheimer's and the type 3 link,
please do.
Like,
do research.
Yeah, leave a comment for if you want to argue something. But
in the future, I'm going to do, like, you know how you can do like a 23andMe test to see your genes and stuff? Gary does something like that, but to like reverse life, like how he used to do life insurance. He does like the reverse of that now. So 10X Health does stuff where they break down your genes and see what you need, and they'll like give you supplements that but they'll suggest supplements that you need and stuff.
It's kind of nuts.
Low key, like $500. But I'm gonna do it one day.
Straight up though, hearing this, it just seems like he has a registered dietitian in his back pocket, and he just looks out like that kind of stuff. Because
how many people have? But you have to know what like deficiencies you have through certain genes that you have. How many people do you know like can break down a gene and be like that leads to a vitamin D deficiency.
True.
No
But I mean,
one.
like, but we know what like our daily dietary guidelines
Yeah.
are.
The
Like,
only
if you didn't want to go through the whole gene thing and finding that minute,
you could just eat healthier.
You could just compile a list of what you eat on a weekly basis and put it into like a data sheet that would figure out what like vitamins and minerals you're lacking or overeating.
But like it's different for everybody because of your genes.
Like, are you saying on like a metabolism basis?
No, like on a molecular basis.
But if you're still consuming it, everyone can consume it. You're saying,
but if like some people need a lot more of one item, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I got
so like it's hard to know what you need more of. That's kind of what he does.
I got you. So it would be like what he does breaks it down.
Exactly. He literally looks at your individual. It's a niche. He looks at the niche of each gene and be like, gene B2. I don't even know what the names of genes are. But you know, B12.
It's deep. It's not like surface level.
Yeah, exactly. He goes extreme. That's why it's $500.
Yeah,
because like he breaks it down per gene and looks at like that could lead to this unless you take this.
That makes sense. I could see why that would.
The only reason I trust it is because he works with Steve Harvey, and Steve Harvey lost 20 pounds and like he's living a way healthier life. They say like because you can live so much more optimized if you're like humans are literally, they always say this, like humans live subpar,
get longer.
Yeah, like
the life expectancy at least.
Your life expectancy, your daily output, like everything just is so much better when you're taking the right stuff. And like I take vitamins, but like I'm probably not taking the right stuff.
Treat your body
at all. Temple. Literally. So do your research. Be healthier. Live better.
Yeah, don't always trust everything you see either. But that wraps it up. Episode 43, Hot Take Hub. Released every Wednesday. Peace out.
Thanks for tuning in.